Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time of stopping by. Hi, you're highly welcome. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Join the growing family. To my old subscribers who have always been supporting me, thank you very much. Thank you guys, I really appreciate all your support. So in today's video we'll be making this beautiful style for our princesses today. Please, if you are interested in this video, please watch to the end, and I will see you at the end of the video. For this style, I'll be cutting my front and my back bodies together, and I'll first of all fold my fabric into the fold my fabric first and then fold the second one. So my fabric is folded into four, and I have extra for my zipper allowance. So whatever you're going to fold, is you make sure that it's enough for your measurement with your allowance. So that's what I folded. And from I marked out the label of my Ankara fabric, and from that line I marked, I'm going to take my length, my half length, which is 12 inches, then plus 1 inch allowance for joining. So I went ahead to cut it just to eliminate all the excess fabrics. So remember, our measurement is going to start from the center front, and I'm going to take half of my shoulder measurement, which is 12 inches divided by 2, and that same 12 inches divided by 2 is what I went down with for my armhole line, and I'm going to go ahead and then mark the line. Then I connected my armhole curve. The next thing I'm going to do is to take my neck measurement, and this neck measurement is for my back neckline, because we're going to recut our front neckline. And for the width of the neck I marked 3 inches, and the length is 1 inch. Then I'm going to go down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect it to the line. Then for my neckline, I made a curve because I wanted it to have a round neck. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my round measurement, my round bust measurement, and remember, our bust measurement is going to start from the center front. All measurements is going to be in the description box. Please check it out. And that's all for the bodies for now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do well to hit on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell to be notified each time I upload a new video, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. So for the front neckline, I'm going to go down by 5 inches and then I'm going to connect it from the starting point of the front neckline to where I just marked, and then I'm going to slant from the other side of the neckline to meet the point that I marked. Just look at the video, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut out what I marked. For the other sleeve, I want it to have a different color, so I'm going to go ahead and then cut it out. But before cutting it out, I'm going to add ½ inch that I'm going to use to join the bodies to this to the sleeve. So I'm going to go up by ½ inch from the line, from the 5 inches line. So when I'm going to cut this one out, I'm going to add ½ inch, just like this. I added ½ inch to be able to join in to the bodies. Then for our sleeve I'm going to add a little bit of excess to this round sleeve measurement, because I want it to have more like small balloon sleeve. I've done so many balloon sleeve these days, and I think I should look for interesting sleeve styles to make. So I marked my sleeve length, and I added 2 inches allowance for folding, for joining, and for hemming. Then for the cap's height, I'm going to go down by 3 inches, and then I'm going to curve it to coverage. If you have your French curve, you can go ahead and use it. If you do not have, just like I always say in this channel, just try to write s, a long s, to meet that 3 inches that you marked, and to come out nice. This is what I've been doing, and it works perfectly for me. So for this, I cut out just one before, and I realized the mistake. So whatever, if you want to cut it out, you're supposed to cut it on a fold, and the the place that is going to be on at your neckline, you'll be the center fold, to be the folded part. I don't know if you understand. So the open place will be at your armhole side. So I went ahead to cut out all my fabric into two. If you have a lining, please make use of your lining for this. So I turned one of the back neckline. Okay, this is what I was showing you guys, that the folded back is going to be inside at your neckline, and the open place will be at your armhole. So I'm going to turn this front facing front, and then stitch it down at that at where it's supposed to be, and then one of the back, I'm going to stitch it down to the fabric. That's if I just stitch down fabric to fabric. We're going to stitch down lining to lining so that we can use it to turn this. So for my cape, I'm going to go ahead and measure this. The reason for stitching the fabric to fabric down is so that we can measure for our cape then before using our lining to turn it. So for my cape is 10 inches. So we are going to be making use of 10 inches to cut out our tape. For the folding, I'm going to first fold in a triangular form, just like I'm doing. Just go ahead and do the same, and then I'm going to flip it just like I did in the video. So this place is going to be the length of your cape, how long you want it to be. For mine, I marked at 4 inches. You can go ahead and mark as long as you want, or as short as you want. And from here, we are going to mark the length of our cape. Remember, our fabric is on fold, so we are marking 5 inches plus ½ inch allowance for joining. Then I'm going to go ahead and slant this just to give it a nice look. So the fabric is folded into four. I'm going to be using one to turn one. So it's open, just like it is now. It's open. It's two now. So I just stitch the two sides and then turn it inside out. So after turning it inside out, what we are going to do is to attach it to the neckline at the front side of the bodice. You are now going to start from away from your zipper allowance. Just after your zipper allowance, you are going to stitch it down. So this is my after stitching it down. We're going to go ahead, and then the lining part, we're going to stitch just like we did at for the main fabric. We're going to stitch the one of the shoulders together, and then the other back, you're going to stitch use this one of the lining to turn the neckline. And this is it after I was done stitching it down and also stitch the back one down. We're going to go ahead and then make a notch at the neckline before turning it inside out. Then I also notched the front neckline as well, where I attach my cape. Remember, there is a curve especially at the back neckline, so I make a curve so that if there is any tension there, it's going to release it. So we're going to go ahead and then use our lining to turn the main fabric. My fabric is the same, but I keep saying lining so that you guys will understand that one of my fabric is just lining. So I'm going to use it and then stitch it all the way from the one side to the other side. So this is it after stitching, and we turn this. This is the effect. To see the cape is inside, and I have a neat finishing. I have a tutorial on a rolled up cape as well, and the video is doing well on this channel. Please check it out. You're going to enjoy the video. So you can see how well it's looking already, even without getting to the end of the video. It's looking nice already. So we're going to go ahead and then attach the other side of the back, front facing front, and then I'm going to go ahead and then stitch the shoulders together. Okay, this is it after I was done stitching the shoulders together. I'm going to go ahead and arrange the fabric. You can at this point take out your zipper allowance. So for my sleeve, I'm going to go ahead and hem my sleeve, and remember, whatever you're going to fold will be enough for you to pass your elastic, and I'll do the same thing for the other sleeve. And this is it after I was done stitching it down. We're going to go ahead and then pass our elastic, and I added a safety pin to my elastic. I'm going to go ahead, pass it from the hole. When the elastic is exhausted, I'm going to stitch it at that end and then pull it out from the other end and then stitch it down. And I did the same thing for the other sleeve. Okay, we are going to go ahead and then attach our sleeve to the body. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and match the sleeve together. Now make a notch at the center, then match the center. Remember, what we are doing is front facing front. Match the notch that we made earlier to the shoulder of the bodice, and then I'm going to go ahead and pin it together. Then I'm going to go ahead and start pinning this from the beginning, from the armhole area, from the beginning of the sleeve area. I'm going to pin it all the way towards the shoulder, and when you get to that place, you see that there's excess there. So what you are going to do is to plait this excess into the shoulder area. It's just a little excess, it is not much. So after I was done, I'm going to do the same thing to the other sleeve. And when I was done, I'm going to arrange my bodice well. Take out my zipper allowance with my pin, and then I'm going to go ahead and stitch from the armhole to the bodice with my allowance or with my measurements. And this is it after I was done. I'm going to go ahead and then I decided to reduce the back measurement a little bit. Most times, because the tummy of the children is bigger than their body, most time when they wear their clothes, you see that the back is going down more than the front. So that's why I reduced it. So for the fabric I'm going to use for my plating, I hem the down part, and then I'm going to go ahead. This fabric depends on how wide, how much plating that you want to have. So after hemming it, I'm going to plait this front facing front and then stitch out my zipper allowance before I start plating making my place. And this place depends on how you want it. It doesn't necessarily mean any street way of doing it. So this is it after I was done stitching my place down. I'm going to go ahead and then close the zipper allowance and then attach my zipper. And that's all for this style. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Please share my videos to family and friends. Leave a comment below for me if you have any question, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.